All right. Well, welcome everyone. It's April already. We're like getting close to halfway through the year. Wasn't it just Christmas? I feel like. Oops. So first off, we're going to start. Mara's going to do an overview for you guys of the listing lab. So as you know, we announced last month that we switched over from locker room to the listing lab. And this program is really amazing. If you guys haven't been in there yet, it's for new agents and seasoned agents. It goes along with the book we read last month, more money, less hustle. So if you guys didn't read it, I highly recommend reading it anyways, even though that was our book for the month last month, because it's a great overview of the programs and how it works. And it's tried and true. It works if you work it. And it's a pretty awesome system. So I know there was maybe a little confusion of how to get into the different ones. So Mara was going to go over that. And I need to turn over my screen to her.
Thank you.
So let me stop sharing and make you the host. Where are you? All right. So you should have hosting now. So you should be able to share your screen.
Okay, so and everyone should have the emails. So when you hire on, you get 2 emails from the listings lab from their support. So it could be from Justine, it could be from Vincent. So someone from the listings lab will send you emails and it'll say intro, it'll be, you've been invited from Skool. And one of them is the Elite Agent Blueprint. So once you click accept, and then the other email is for the Accelerated Agent. So we've paid so that the agents at Bliss have access to this. So once you've logged in, and I have the links, in Suite Assist, and I have the links on the agent info site for the Elite Agent Blueprint, as well as the Accelerated Agent. This is the toggle. So once you're in, and you want to start with Elite Agent Blueprint, this is the beginning. And then from there, it should take you about 90 days. They have videos, and then in here is the calendar. So these are the office hours. These are the Zoom calls. So this is what you attend. So at 9 a.m. And you can sync it with Google Calendar. I sync it with my Outlook calendar so that I get notified. So if I want to toggle and I want to see the Accelerated Agent, then I can click on the calendar, and then they have questions on Monday at 1 p.m. And this is the Arizona Phoenix time. So if I'm going to go back through, this is the community. So this is kind of like their chat, and they've posted things. Intro. So they'll talk to you about things if you have questions. You can just see, oh, George is in here. Look at that. George has been talking. You can see other agents. So I've been in here over a year. Jess actually coaches from the Bahamas, so she'll jump on Zoom. And then her whole team is in Canada. And then you can see, well, there's me. The classroom is where you're actually going in and you're going to start. So I actually never went through the agent blueprint. But you can watch the videos, and then I love the drama triangle. It's very interesting to get a feel for your personality and actually how you're bringing the personality and the drama into your business. you can see, oh yay, Diana's in there. Tanisha,
Hey,
awesome. Rhonda,
Mara,
yeah.
that's a little different than what I see when I sign in. That one that you just said you like, I don't think I've seen that on my listings under my elite agent. And when I look under classroom,
Mhm.
I don't see that. I don't recall seeing that drama triangle. Let me go back in and look. Let me take a look. I just wonder if you aren't on management one instead. Is there a
Mm-mm.
difference? No?
No,
Okay.
it's at
I'll
the
go and
very
look. It's
beginning.
probably there. I just haven't got you, maybe.
Yeah, it's under the
Okay.
intro.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Carol Lee's awesome. I love her. Um, let's see. So community, they'll actually post to not, I don't mean to like keep bouncing around for you, but like they'll post. So like they'll post recordings, like past recordings. So I can jump in and review. So for me, I'm in the 7-figure. So I can go in and look at content. I can go in and look at different recordings and rewatch. So as you get farther along, then other things will be opening up and different different content will open up, I believe, too. But in Suite Assist, we also have a library called the Listings Lab, and that's just because that's just the name of the program. So I've uploaded some of the documents in there, like your energy audit, just to name a few. I think the drama triangle, you know, the when you're looking at your avatar and your niche, I've uploaded certain things in there. You know, Jess, they'll actually talk about your email signature. And she says, keep it very basic because people want to, number one, your email signature, if it's too big and too heavy, it's too filled with content, your email could get blocked or might not even go through. So that's number one. And then number two, if people are looking to just call or text you or email you back, they're going to click on your email signature. And most people do it from their phones. So if your email signature is this pretty beautiful, which I used to have, this graphic, and it's not clickable anywhere, then you've just ticked off whoever is trying to get a hold of you. And you guys know, like, I'm a fan of YouTube. So Jess will load content in here. And I've uploaded some of her content too in Suite Assist. So she also has a podcast. So if you're wondering, you know, where to start, social media posts, this is also reference in here, you know, if you're kind of wondering where to start, what to do. And she's been interviewed on other agent shows, but you know, this is really how you just navigate. It's just your drop down, but really just start with the agent blueprint because it's the fundamentals. And I got to tell you, I'm probably one of the worst coaching clients. They say I'm not, but I tell them I know I am because you know, I have a check-in with Dylan and Ryan every 2 weeks. And then I missed 2 of my coaching calls today because you guys were all calling me. So I'm sure I'm gonna get yelled at, but it was about my abs and some other stuff. So they're probably like, Mara, where are you? Because I missed 2 Zoom calls. But I have homework and stuff to do that I'm behind on, but it took me over a year to start videos. And And then even all of this, it took me forever. I have 2 worksheets to fill out on all my processes and checklists to get over to them of how I stay in contact with my clients after they close. And I'm like, seriously, like, what the heck, they're very big on your processes and they want you organized and they're big on systems but it makes sense. And once you're doing everything and you see the bigger picture and you're like, oh, I got you. And they also use that for marketing. So, and they also follow it and they're building out all of your pieces. Like they totally took apart my listing presentation and now I have something completely different and it's my process guide now. Like that's my listing presentation. Has nothing to do with listings or the market or overpricing or anything. So I'm like, wow, this is just a whole different way of doing things. And Jess actually talks about that. She had no experience. She was early in her 20s and she went on a listing appointment and she was being interviewed and had no experience, but because she had a process and was straight up with the sellers, they hired her. So hopefully you guys get in, you take time, you follow it. I'm not going to lie, I was frustrated and I pay for it. So I pay every month for my coaching and then Bliss paid for this for you guys. So if you have questions, you guys can reach out. I think there's stuff in the chat. Oh yeah. Andrew's like eating it up. But they all talk. And let me tell you, there's a ton of referrals going through. They love to refer. I think we're their first brokerage to come in because it's not a new thing. And they don't have anyone in Arizona. So I would reach out in the chats, introduce yourself, make sure your bios are in here so that they know who you are and what's going on and say hi. Get on those Zoom meetings and get on and coach and talk. That's the whole point. Yeah. Oh, good. Brian's in there too. So that's good. A lot of them refer and I can see it going back and forth. They're like, hey, I need an agent over here. I need an agent here. Here's an office recording. I don't know what they were talking about, but it's something you can watch. They straight up, I love to watch. They talk about marketing. They talk about scripts. They talk about all kinds of stuff, which I like to hear anyway, because they're all in different areas. So I like to hear what's going on in different markets. I like to hear what they're all battling with. Is it the same as us? Is it different? I can see our leads are picking up, our market's picking up. So are we ahead of the game? Are we behind? How much are we spending on leads versus other markets? Because the agents will sit and talk about it. So those are things I like to hear. So if you guys have other questions, just let me know, but should just be really simple. You can jump in and out. You can access this at any time and go back through. Like I got yelled at by Dylan yesterday that I have to go back through and rewatch stuff. Like, okay. He's like, Mara, you shouldn't be bored. You should always have stuff to do and to get better at and to work on. So and which, by the way, we're working on with a lender and a title company is instead of doing a happy hour, we're actually building they wanted to bring in a photographer to do photos, action photos. And I'm like, no, we need a video. And each of the agents need to do 30-second or a 1-minute video, marketing video. No more photos, like videos. We just all need to make videos. So I'm trying to change it. So I know something different, but I can bring scripts or ideas for the agents to talk about, but yeah. So just a heads up, that's coming your way.
Yeah, and don't stress about it. I mean, it's okay. if you fumble or whatever, it's supposed to be authentic and genuine. So people get to know you.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect
Mm-mm.
or some kind of character. Just be
No,
you, just be
just
real.
you.
That's all it's about. So don't overthink it and don't stress about it. But
No.
videos is where it's all going to, guys.
Yep.
And I think we can all say we hate doing videos just about, but that's what we got to do and get comfortable.
For sure. And I like it when Jess interviews the other agents, because they're like the same thing. They're like, yeah, we didn't want to do it, or it's all new, or it's changing the way you're marketing and changing the way you talk about your clients or you talk about your business. But now they can start to see the benefits and the rewards coming in, and they're like, okay, it does work. And I'm like, okay, well, that's awesome. Okay. All right. Now I'm getting excited. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. Because I'm kind of the opposite. You tell me to do something and now I'm like, I'm not doing it. So I don't know if you guys know me, I'm like kind of stubborn and I don't like change very much. So anyway,
Me
but
either.
yeah,
I'm stubborn and I don't like change.
yeah.
I can relate.
Even if we're like, okay, this is new, it's exciting. I'm still like, oh, but it's change. We've always done it this way and habit but I even cleaned up my Facebook the last couple of weeks, and Dylan was like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, dude, I had to take a break. And honestly, I don't know why I had 4,000 friends on my Facebook page. I don't even know half of them. I think I'm down to like 1,500. He's like, did that feel good? And I go, yes. I just like unfriend. I'm like, who are you? And like, why do I need all those lenders or realtors on there? I'm like, I don't even know. So
Thanks for
anyway.
keeping me.
But he's like, you don't need to follow half those people either. So anyway, if it's still confusing, reach out. But it's just this drop down and you toggle between the two, but really start with the blueprint. Then you can go on to, this should keep you busy for a little bit. The accelerated agent gets, I think, into more of the ads. I started the accelerated agent, and that really gets you into your niche and your avatar and really what colors with your fonts. And I was like, dang, I'm not a marketing person. And it really talks about like your budget and your business, and it's really intense too. So you again, it's in your calendar, like, and Courtney did a class on your calendar and your time frame. And I had to submit my calendar. It was no joke to Dylan and them, and they kept rejecting it. They're like, nope, this is not good enough. And I think I uploaded the calendar, Jess's marketing content calendar, into Sweet Assist, and I'm not doing a good enough job posting. I think they post like 4 times a day. So because remember, you want to show up in people's feeds, but it's the right kind of content. Because if you're not posting the right stuff, people are going to snooze you, or they're just not, people don't want to see what you're posting about. So it's not all real estate.
Well, and like Andrea said, there's a ton of templates in there to get you organized, get you started.
Yep.
Don't be overwhelmed. Just start. The first one, be intentional. You got to set aside time to do it. You start with the first one, whatever that's about. If it's setting up your email signature, then you complete that task. Don't look at it as a whole and go, oh crap, I don't know where to start. So I'm just not, because I know we all get overwhelmed. Just start on one and take it from there. And like the podcast and all that will support, but don't like be overwhelmed by it. Like just start in the training and go from there. And then if you find you want more information or support on the different things, you can find her podcast and the videos, and it basically revamps your whole business, whether you're new or you've been a realtor forever. This is a whole new way of being intentional and running your business, so that you're consistent and you can have a life outside of just doing this.
Mhm.
And it's just an amazing program. So just don't be
Mhm.
overwhelmed.
No.
One step at a time, you'll get through it.
Mhm.
It's-
Jess is an introvert, so she learned how to use social media to be an extrovert, to make money, and then to also, she moved from Canada to the Bahamas because she wanted a different life, and she wanted to be with her husband. And so and to run it like a business and automated. So it's, that's a lot of these, if you're reading it, and business plan. What is your business plan? Which we talk about within coaching, setting up business plans, your goals. So ongoing evaluating, the energy audit was a really big one, which I probably need to do it again. And then running your business like a business, a real business, so that you're not a yo-yo agent. Super important. And then she gives you all these systems to help you, even systems to help you write content. Just crazy stuff. I was like, I didn't even know that was available, all kinds of stuff. She knows we use like sync instead of follow a boss. Follow boss is mainly for an individual agent or teams, but your planner, your skills, leads, like they have all this stuff in there. So anyway, I know I'm rambling, but this is what it looks like if you haven't really jumped in. So anyway, all right, Lise.
Okay, you're gonna have to turn it back over to me, I think. Oops. Did you make me host yet?
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta figure out what happened to my button so I can share my screen. Oh, here it is. Okay, there we go. Here, let me move you guys over here. So you're not in my thing. All right. Oops. I think somebody just went into Teams again. Okay. Oop. Okay, so this is another thing I wanted to go over. There was kind of some questions on this and some confusion. So if you have a contract or a listing agreement and it gets fully executed, but then immediately gets canceled, do you have to turn it in? The answer to that is yes. If the contract has been signed and is fully executed by all parties, it still needs to be turned in to Sweet Assist for review. Even if it canceled immediately and escrow was never opened. It's still a legally binding contract and we have to have a file for it. So it's got to be turned in. We've got to maintain that for 5 years. You never know what could come up. There could be some dispute on why it was canceled or whatever. It's still a legally binding document. So we need to make sure, if you've got a signed contract or listing agreement, it gets turned in, even if something changed immediately and they were canceled. So please upload those into Sweet Assist for review so we can have that and stay compliant with ADRE. And that kind of leads me into another thing I came across when I was doing some research, like fraudulent listing agreements. So kind of what happened in this scenario is somebody signed it, turned out they were not actually the owner to sign the listing agreement. So
How'd that get figured out?
I'm not exactly sure. So that kind of brings me to my next point, to always do your due diligence when you're taking a listing and pulling those tax records and making sure and verifying who the owner is and that they have the correct person or persons signing the listing agreements, because I've also have known it to happen that possibly a husband, wife, I don't know, disagreement, getting divorced, who knows? And one of them decides to sell the house and not tell the other one. And they sign, I mean, if you don't check, people do a lot of crazy things. And that can't happen because you can't have one signing it and selling it without the other if there's two people on that deed. So you've got to have both signatures. So, and then like in this particular case, I'm not sure how they found out this wasn't us, but how they found out it was fraudulent and that the person couldn't sell the house. But of course, the agent and broker immediately canceled that listing agreement, but it still has to be turned in to me to review so that we have it for the 5 years. We've got to keep it for ADRE, especially something like that, because that was like, it was fraud. And you just don't know what could come up from it. So we've got to have that so that we're compliant and we're keeping track of such things. So just be diligent, make sure you know who needs to sign that listing agreement when you're taking a listing and that they're the ones that can actually sign and sell that property. Okay. I hope my video works, but if it doesn't, I think I figured out how to go play it. So this I found was interesting and kind of a good reminder too. If you're a new agent, kind of what happens, and if you're dealing with new first-time home buyers, because I get a lot of questions when I deal with a first-time home buyer about, because they'll get weird stuff after closing and they're like, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And when you don't know, if you've never owned a house, it's like a good thing to kind of maybe tell your first-time home buyers what to maybe expect or look out for. So this video kind of goes over what happens after recording. Let's see if it'll play or if I have to.
Hey everyone, talking about some more title stuff. And so today I'm going to talk about after recording. So once we record a transaction, what happens? When do they expect to get the copy of their deed? Do they need it? What's going on with that? So once we record, so buyer now has possession, it's official, we're good to go. That goes digitally to the county recorder. But what about that original piece of paper? What happens with that? So the title companies are going to mail that to the buyer. We will collect their forwarding address ahead of time. If it's the property, great. If it's not, that's fine too. So we'll get that information and we'll mail that original document to them. Sometimes things get lost in the mail. Sometimes we have the wrong address. Sometimes they haven't even registered that mailbox as theirs because we were so fast in mailing it out that it just wasn't even registered that it was their mail and it went away. Is that a reason to be concerned? The answer is no. The buyer does not need that original copy. If they want it and they get it, they can save it, that's cool. But if not, there's always a digital copy. The title company will also have a copy of that recorded document. So there's no reason to worry. You don't need the wet signed version, the actual recorded copy. It's okay. But after we've tried to mail that or after we've mailed that original document, there's some solicitations that come out. There are companies that actually send a solicitation to the buyer at the property and say, hey, for an official copy of your deed, mail $59.99 to this address, and we'll send that official document to you. They don't need to do that. There's no reason to do that. It is simply a solicitation. But it is something that maybe you want to give your buyer a heads up and let them know, not needed, call the title company, look on the recorder website. There's plenty of copies out there for you, and you don't need that official copy for anything. So I hope that helps you. I hope that helps your buyers, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting just because I have had first-time home buyers call me about getting solicitations. They get so much stuff like from the lender or people trying to get them to buy insurance once they just got a mortgage. They're getting stuff like this. And if they don't know better, they don't know, and then they may spend money. So if it's a first-time home buyer or just in general, you might want to just mention it to your clients, and thought it was interesting even for new agents to kind of know what happens with that stuff and that you don't have to do that. So there we go. And again, we have our planning committee. We've got our new book out and some things coming up. So if you guys want to join and you have ideas, like please join the committee or send them to us for anything you guys would like to do. So we can plan more events and different things for you guys. The more the merrier. We have a class coming up with Coach Stacy on April 19th. So objections demystified, it should be a good one. So join us for that. It'll be via Zoom. We have sent out, and I think it's in the Facebook page and that, but the Cromford report with Tina is going to be April 20th at 1. I would suggest getting on that and getting registered for it. The market's been changing rapidly, even week to week, on what's going on. So you need to keep up with the latest stuff for your clients so that you can, let them know what's going on and what they need to do with their offers. Because I know I had a buyer a couple weeks ago and we were able to get concessions. We were able to get, it was not a big deal, but like the following week, people were seeing multiple offers again. Buyers weren't getting concessions. So it was kind of interesting. So just to know what's going on and stay on top of it so you can best communicate to your clients what they need to be doing when they're making offers to make sure that they get the property they want and setting proper expectations. I would stay in the know on that stuff. We have another class coming up in May 10th, Unlocking Your Inner CEO. So mark your calendars for that. More information to come. We'll get a flyer and stuff out to you guys. And then we had sent out our coffee and a book for this month. It is the 21-day momentum challenge. We'll be meeting April 24th to discuss it at the Sozo and on Zoom if you can't make it there in person. So we hope to join you. We had fun last time talking about the More Money, Less Hustle book. So join us. And we still have our active exercise challenge going. That'll end May 10th. So if you haven't joined and you want to, you can. You can still jump in there. See if you can rack up a bunch of exercise minutes.
Hold on, I was just gonna look. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure it's like between you and Kelly
Yeah.
and Sandy. I know Carol's keeping hers in a spreadsheet, so I'm not sure. Lisa's at 36-38 minutes. Kelly's at 32-74 minutes. Sandy's at 754 minutes. Scott Thompson's at 562 minutes. Deborah's at 513 minutes. I'm just now able to start exercising again. I'm at 396 minutes.
So the race is on.
Yeah.
For those of you, if you don't know, my happy place is the gym. So, and if I don't walk my dogs at night, they get very angry. So it's easy to rack up those minutes.
Carol walks and golfs, so I'm curious to see how many minutes she's at.
Yeah, because hers was up there when she sent over, because this app only works on Apple, unfortunately. So, and she doesn't have Apple, so she's tracking her minutes separately. So,
And Stephanie, I know Stephanie Grant, she's been working out. She should be in that. I don't know if you guys don't follow Kelly on social media. So that's Scott's daughter, and she's like getting ready for body fitness. Dude, she looks freaking amazing.
yeah, I'm not that diligent. I do the workouts, but I won't give up my wine and my fried foods.
I just 2 or 3 kids. She looks phenomenal.
Yeah, she does.
She must get it from Scott. See if he's listening.
He probably won't say anything. Oops.
Oh yeah, Jennifer's working out too. You guys got to put it in that Strive We'll do a
Yeah,
gift card.
you gotta get in the Strive app.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was not muted. Yeah, join the Strive app, or if you, well, maybe if you have I don't know if it tracks minutes though, if they weren't already doing it, like that, the
I don't
Apple
know.
different exercise things. I don't know if it does actually minutes or just calories. I don't know.
I don't know. Or do your spreadsheet like Carol's doing it, and then we can at least see.
Yeah. See who's gonna win. So the next office meeting, it's always the second Thursday of the month, so planning on May 11th at 1 p.m. on Zoom. So we'll see you there. And my favorite part is recognition. Yay! So for this month, April.
Wait.
What?
Recognition. It's your birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Happy
It
birthday, Lisa.
is. I'm old. I'm old, people. I'm gonna be 46.
Everyone's saying happy birthday. You're not that old, girl.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm planning some fun stuff tomorrow. Gonna celebrate.
So everyone call me tomorrow. Don't talk to Lisa. That's what we're saying.
Well, especially after about 3 o'clock, Lisa might not be all that coherent. You don't know. You might get fun, Lisa. You might might not be a good answer. So, yeah, we're gonna go to Ravens View Wine Bar in Cave Creek. It's like out by Bartlett Lake. I've never been there. I'm excited to try it. I wonder if, 17 in the chat. Has anyone been there? By any chance? Probably not.
No, you live like near Flagstaff, so I don't. go there.
Oh,
Kathy Hebert or Alex or Georgia, like they're all up near you.
yeah, they're all far away.
Stephanie. No, Stephanie's Mesa. All right, recognition.
Okay, sorry. I was reading all the chats. Wine is a better choice than tequila shots. Yes, I agree with that, Liz. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay, recognition. Moving right along. Okay, April President's Award goes to Makai. Makai's joined us recently. He's working the program. He has done a really good job. He actually had a lease listing that he was just working on, and it was a little bit challenging. So, and he did phenomenal. The client wasn't super easy, I gotta say. So he did phenomenal getting that done and working through that with them. So, I mean, and a little background. So not the seller, the landlord was an attorney. So that might give you an idea of what they were trying to do to our lease agreement. So, and he handled it like a champ. He worked really hard on that, and he's been working the program. So we're super excited to celebrate him. So yay, Makai!
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, he like pushed through. He was doing really good.
Yeah, because contracts and attorneys, kind of like doctors and nurses, make bad patients. Can you imagine an attorney as a client? Of course, I had an attorney who was a client once, and he actually was really easy to work with, but I could see it being very difficult. And then our April Agent of the Month award goes to Joe Nelson. Joe joined us like super recently and already has 3 deals closing. Like he immediately put 3 in escrow, basically darn near at once. One closed yesterday, and like the other 2 are closing today, tomorrow. He like jumped right in. and is rocking it. So we just wanted to recognize him and all his hard work. He's done an amazing job with
Yeah.
everything. Just our systems, he just jumped in, figured everything out, and is just rocking.
Yeah,
the
he
whole
loves
thing.
Sweet Assist. He's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, so it's been awesome. It's awesome to watch him get those done, get them closed, and it's been really great. So congrats to Joe. Yay! And then for our business partner of the month, we're going to recognize Great American Title. They've been helping us out with some stuff and sponsoring things, and they've been super helpful. So we just wanted to recognize them this month. And that's it. That's all ooh, end of slideshow. See, that was the end. That's all I got. So unless Mar has anything.
Aw, Joe's on.
Is he on?
Yeah, don't be so quiet. Unmute, man. Say hi.
Hey, happy Thursday, right? It's yeah, I was lucky enough to get 3 transactions that kind of all came to me all at once, and worked with the buyers, and one was a seller buyer combo, so it was pretty awesome to handle, and awesome to see these people get this. One of them was in their first house, so a new home buyer, and oddly enough, a funny story, just to cap this off. The new buyer was in his home for 1 hour, and a landscaper shot off a rock and hit their sliding glass door and damaged the glass door. So we're currently working on that to try and get that resolved through the landscaper, but unfortunate luck for them, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Crazy. I actually had the copper piping stolen out of an AC unit once, like right as we closed. That was a fun one. Well, that's awesome. Well, guys, we're always here for you. If you need anything, you have questions. I can't talk because I have my retainers in. Sorry, I can't, like the word won't come out. Questions. I can't pronounce it. Reach out to Mara and I. We hope you guys have a great week. We appreciate you all. So that's all I got. Reach out if you need us.
Great
right.
job. Keep working
Yeah.
hard. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Thanks.